What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? The number one thing that you can do if you want Luna Classic to grow, share my content, share all of the content on X, mine, anybody else's content on YouTube. Hit the like button, leave a comment down below. If you have passion and you're leaving comments and you're hitting the like button, then it goes out to more people. More people means more potential investors coming in, and that is how it works. It's not complicated. It's very simple. If you do that small thing of hitting that like button, leaving a comment down below, you've solved part of the problem, or at least the part that we are associated with this video. Now, if you like this type of content, you know what to do. Let's talk about what's going on in the market, because I do think we're overdue for a big move. You guys know that, and some of you may have lost faith, and that's fine. If you have to sell because your faith has been shattered because a general bearish moment in a bull market or a potential bull market rattles your cage because this is your second day or third day in crypto. I don't know why we're even talking about this, but we seem to have to do that all the time. Look, when Bitcoin is being pushed down by institution and all the liquidity is being sucked out of altcoins, things don't pump. Every once in a while you get some random meme coin, but guess what? Pump Fund only produced 100,000 in revenue last month after millions upon millions the months before. That meme coin frenzy, dead on the vine at this point. And that's a great thing because that's been prohibitive for this market. So the gambling phase looks to be over, and now we're in, or at least transitioning to, the building phase. And that means Luna Classic's time to shine is coming very soon. Now hit that like button. All right, guys, before we get started, I want to give you a quick update on Jurus protocol. Now, leaking the UI of Jurus staking subpage. So to say thank you to all long-term holders and believers in the project, we've decided to release a sneak peek into the protocol's staking feature. Jurus is designed by Challenge Studio, led by David Skinder, and here is the page. You can kind of check it out. Now, it's a little bit much, but as you see, this is what it's going to look like when it's active. This will be your Jurus staking position. Your APR, your APYs will be up here, and then you'll have your different tiers. You've got your standard tier, your bronze tier, your silver, and your gold, depending on how much or how many, how long you're going to stake, what you're looking for. So go check out Jurus staking today. This is actually, look, by the time this is done, this is going to be the protocol, in my opinion, that really launches a revival of Luna Classic. Can I say that with absolute certainty? I cannot. It's my opinion that Jurus and Garuda X are probably going to be the future of Luna Classic, and that they are very, very important and vital to this community for them to be successful, because this is how we're going to lure the money back into this. So go check it out today. Let's go. All right, for another day, Binance Square has another article up where we talk about, and they are talking about Luna Classic again. Why is Binance getting so into Luna Classic at this point? Now, here's the thing. We don't know the answer to that. We just know that it's happening. And if it's happening, then what is going on? There's something to this that we, the fans of Luna Classic, are missing. There is something that's incentivizing Binance to start talking about it. So there's something in the works here, maybe not on the surface, maybe not even actively, but there is a belief that Binance has in Luna Classic right now, which does not appear to waver or be shattered, and it seems to be increasing as we go. So if you like Binance and you're still saying, Luna Classic is dead, that's not going to go anywhere, and that's how you talk in my brain when you say dumb shit like that. And the reason is because if it were dead, Binance wouldn't be talking about it, except to say, rest in peace, baby. And they're not doing that. So if that is the case, then it could stand to reason that we're just a cocoon waiting to explode. The chrysalis becomes the butterfly, if you will. And you're just a dum-dum. It's dead, bro. It's not going to pump anymore because it's all dead. You know what I mean? Eat your applesauce and shut up. Okay? Oh, you nerd. Anyway, let's move on. The favorability pairing with Bitcoin still looks like it's in the positive, so hopefully that will continue on. Remember, it had a big day a couple days ago. It kind of drew back down just a tad, but generally speaking, it's been pretty positive. Does that mean there's an altcoin season coming? Well, that's actually what we're talking about when we look at this. If we see this thing start to kind of move really good, that means altcoin season is probably coming, or at least I'm guessing that that's going to be the case. When you look at it over this period of time, you see the since February dominance has been going down, and Bitcoin has been getting the favorable pairing, which means that liquidity is being sucked out of altcoins. Luna Classic as an altcoin, kind of a testament to that. If we can get this reversal right here to maintain itself, then we're going to be in good shape. We just haven't gotten that yet. Meme coins on CoinHall. Now, if you look down here, you'll see I've lost another $100 or so of value. I don't know what I'm missing here. Garuda X, Food, Jurus, and Terra. Going down the list here, I don't really have anything right there that's standing out as having, lost or dumped or, whatever the case may be. So just Luna Classic price action not being as robust as it could be. Maybe that yesterday we were at 64, 65 with 4 zeros. Today it's just, kind of down a little bit more. As the market is just kind of squeezing. Now we're up overall, but you guys remember there was a time yesterday morning especially we were probably 62.3. That probably is the difference. The request for additional funds seems like it's going to pass. There's not been a whole lot of people jumping into it to try to get it done at this point, but looking at the votes, if you again vote your conscience, Interstellar, Jesus is Lord, BL Nodes, all these guys have voted yes so far. Aura Stake has voted no. It is shutting down or shut down last month. Why idea? No, and abstain. There's nobody yet, so looks like it probably will pass. Now let's look at price action here, and what I've done is I've popped up something that I think is very important for you and for me. And this yellow line, again, this is the money flow index. This is the global money flow into cryptocurrency or in all of the global markets. So I'm going to pull this down just a little bit so you can see it. I'm going to kind of try to put it right here to give you an idea of what's happening here. And if you just kind of note here, this is not, by the way, this has nothing to do with Luna Classic. This has to do with money flow in the market. And if you can see here, there's a huge move, and then there's a dump, and there's another super dump here, and then there's a big move up here, and then there's a big move down here with a little spike, then there's a dip, and then there's a rip, okay? Now let's use that and apply it to Luna Classic. So we're going to skip all of this because you can see right here, once we got that move right there, that applied right there. This move right here applied right here. Like all of this stuff is happening over here. Then you have this downward momentum, and then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, 2 months, 3 months, we have this downward momentum. Then we have a big spike, and what happens? We get another big spike over here, and now we've got this downward momentum with a big bump right there. That big bump right there, I think, is right there. So my estimation is we've got some more downward pressure that's coming. We're gonna experience a little bit more pain. I don't think that we're done with the pain thing, but here's the thing. What we're talking about right now, this big yellow line, that's the global liquidity. I mean, that means the money that's coming into risk assets across the world, not just in the United States. This is across the world, okay? Now, what does that mean? That means, if you note, and as we zoom out and as we look at chart after chart after chart, now remember, we're an outlier in this overall, okay? And the reason that I say that we're an outlier in this overall is because we were running for a long time exactly with some of these markets, and now we seem to be running with altcoins. Now, altcoins, as you can see right here, again, this move right here correlates to this move right here. This move right here correlates to this move right here. This move right here correlates to this move right here. This one right here correlates to this one right here. This one right here correlates to this one right here. This little dip right here correlates right here. So you see it over and over and over again, right? Or well, I'm sorry, this little dip right here is right there. My bad. And then this one right here was this one right here. I got that a little bit confused for a second. But then we had this little spike right here, which is this little spike right here. Now we got this downward momentum. Do we have more downward momentum? Well, according to this, I would say that yes, the answer to that is a yes. Will it, look, nothing's a straight line, but ultimately, we're going to get into this right here. And what is that right there? Again, removing all of this. This is a massive flow in global liquidity coming into the market. What does that mean? Well, it means that the price is about to explode. It is inevitable at this point. Now, I don't know how high that's going to go. In my estimation, using basically just a wild guess, I'm going to say that it's going to go to the top of the range here. And by the way, I'm moving this around. It's going to the top of ranges. I don't mean for it to. This has nothing to do with these green lines that I've drawn or anything like that. What it means is that money flow is coming in. Now, we remove that, then boom. Now we're talking about our project, and that means that in my estimation, we're going to get a move probably down here, and then we're going to get a quick and aggressive move up this line. Now, if it plays out very, very good and we get momentum on our side, then boom, it goes up here. That's not likely unless we get into the real altcoin season. What should happen is a reversal of, I guess we can look at it from this context here. This right here, a move down here, and then boom, we get a move back up into this range right here. Like, that's what ultimately I think it looks like. However, let me turn this back on, give you one more look at it. The money flow is hotter right now than it was this time when we got this huge move here. It's hotter than this time when we got this huge move here. It's hotter than all of those. If you just look at it by, let's say, range from the low to the high, right? Now we move that over from that low right there to that high. That's a little bit more aggressive. So let's use this one and say, well, that's a little bit longer right there. We move this over here, and guess what? Right here, we're already beating that move, right? There's a lot of money coming in right now into the global markets, and that eventually transfers to the crypto market. Usually takes about 2 to 3 months. If you look at the top over here versus the top over here, the number of days right there, around 90 days. So now the question, how are we at this little pump right here, like this little spike right there to there? How are we running? 72 days. So it looks like the window is tightening. So it looks like we could be at the end. Now we're getting a little relief spike. And to be fair, when you zoom in, I'll be honest with you, this is probably the relief spike that we're looking at right now, and we're about to get nuked. That is what the global market looks like. So this rally that we're having right now, I don't think is the breakout. I think this is just a quick retest, and then we're going to dump super hard by the end of today, tomorrow, the next day, maybe even leading into the weekend stuff. Remember, there's a lot of information coming out this week about the Fed, CPI, a lot of data that the US is going to get, and we'll have an idea of how the economy is going, and then what we can expect. We'll get a better idea of whether or not Trump is forcing the Fed to cut rates by changing monetary policy. And if that is the case, then he is going to, or is at least attempting to, really kickstart what's going on in all of these markets. So if that is the case, and if in fact we do a good job, then there is a possibility. That we get some kind of crazy play. Okay, I don't know for sure, but again, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We got another dump coming, and then there should be a big pump. Now, USTC, I told you guys before, I think that what I want to do is I want to flip my money into USTC at some point coming up pretty soon. Again, this is going to be a parabolic run. I'm not saying it's going to 6 cents. By the way, this indicator up here, it's touching 6 cents. That has nothing to do with it. I move that around, it goes down. Okay, it's nothing to do with 6 cents. But I think that dip, that dump that we're talking about, or that final little shakeout right now, coming down to the bottom here, I think it's going to go under a penny, and then boom, I think we're going to get a strong reverse. Now, I think Luna Classic probably going to do a 3x as well. So, but I think it's easier for USTC to just go off in a short term. So, yeah, I'm going to be looking for that flip. So I'm looking for some downward momentum for USTC. I'm going to flip all my Luna Classic, and I'm going to take a shot that we're going to have a aggressive move right here, maybe 3x or 4x on USTC in short order, and then I'm going to flip it all back over to Luna Classic. That is the goal. Hopefully we'll see that happen, but that's what's going on. We're just on the look. We're so close to the reversal of this stuff, and in keeping with global liquidity, global liquidity says that we are about to explode in price. So anybody who's telling you that it's over or that we're dumping is an idiot who doesn't even look at the global liquidity index or global money. They're just looking at the charts and they're saying we're getting suffocated because it's over. They're what the French call idiots. All right, so let's move on here. We don't want to offend those idiots. Price still sitting at 406. Price still sitting at 1150. Not a lot of movement, a lot of increase in volume, but nothing to cause price movement to the positive at this. Long burns. Terra Casino. Almost 10 million in burns. That was a pretty big move. Tidal decks. This is important here, I think, because Ceramic and Leonardo, still trying to get them on the channel. We are working on a time where we can get them on here. But if you want to find out, because on TitleDeck, USTC is on BSC, and you can go to TitleDecks right now and you can buy USTC through TitleDecks on the BNB chain. So you know, another position, another space where you can go try to increase exposure, if you will, on USTC, or buy yourself a USTC bag on spot. BSC trades a lot of volume. Having that wormhole back in the old days, I think, really helped move the product. So I think we need to consider some of that going forward. You know, how do we get some of this stuff through wormholes and provide liquidity for some of these pools here? Maybe get some BNB pairing, maybe get some Ethereum pairing, you know, just really work on this stuff and start to expand the brand, if you will. I think that's for a future moment. For right now, we'll just see what happens with this one. Again, we'll go check it out and see what. 764 million burned over the last 7 days. I did check this. Apparently it is a bug. And 29 million been burned for today. So it's gone down. 67 though in USTC supply, which isn't as much as the last 4 or 5 days alone altogether. Now, that does mean that it's coming down a little bit. We would like to see a little bit more pump. Again, I told you 3 billion or so over the course of a 7-day window. 2 billion to 3 billion, that's a good number. Anything under a billion, we're getting behind the sticks, if you will. If you burn only a billion a month, or I mean a billion a week, that's 52 billion in a year. If you look at, you know, what we've burned, we burn more than that on average. A lot of that came from the big burn that happened with Terraform Labs. But if you take that out, guess what? We weren't even burning a billion going into that. So we need to burn a billion minimum to at least look, it's important. It's important to burn. All right. Reduce the supply. And if anybody's telling you, by the way, that, you know, we really don't need to do that in order to really get a good price action or something like that, tell them to shut up. Okay. At the end of the day, your market cap divided by your supply gives you what you need to know. Right. So if that is true, by the way, okay. But here's the thing, if, you know, 5 times the amount of money that's currently sitting in this project comes into it, then it's going to go up 5x. All right. If the market cap blows up 5x, we're up 5x. Doesn't matter what it is, we're up 5x. Yes, that's true. So if the money comes in, then yes, we're going to move. If it goes up 10x, then it's going to be a 10x. But if it goes up 10x and we reduce the supply in half, that's a 20x. So when we want reduction in supply, it's not that we don't understand that the market cap is the predicator of it all. What we want is we want the dilution of the supply so that the value of the remaining tokens is then commensurately spread over that same market cap, meaning your coins end up value. That's it. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. And one more